No, he's just turning when I'm going full speed on the right.
Copy, ridiculous.
It's not correct in my view, because there will be a big accident. I'm all up for nice fighting and fair battles, but this is not correct.
Not surprisingly, Max's boss, Christian Horner, saw it slightly differently and defended his driver.
I thought it was obviously late, it was on the limit, but I thought it was fair.
When the other drivers were asked about it this week, unsurprisingly many sat on the fence, but it was not the case for some ex-drivers. They were holding no punches in how they viewed the situation.
You should always give room to another driver to fight fair and square, to be really tough. Sometimes you'll have mistakes, you'll bang wheels, you'll crash, but this is beyond what is acceptable. The FIA decided not to punish him because he's the new rising star, and the FIA has decided that F1 needs that, but it's wrong. It's short and live, and it's dangerous.
He is super talented. He will be a world champion in the future from my point of view. In this age, to drive as quick as he does is clear. What he does to defend his positions, I would argue with him. And the other drivers will react anyway. If he keeps on doing these things, they will squeeze him in a pit and say, guy, if you want to do it that way, we do it that way too. Yeah, and then he will be stopped by the other drivers with the same actions.
These incidents are certainly not new. There are numerous examples over the years of other drivers moving at a late point, where it has ended in spectacular crashes. Just ask Mark Webber after he went into the back of Kovalainen in 2010, but amazingly he walked away from this. Mika Hakkinen and Michael Schumacher are in exactly the same place as the incident between Max and Kimi. Michael Schumacher arguably over-aggressive in his defence of that position. And a reminder this year in Melbourne of what can go wrong when cars come together at high speed. Fernando Alonso took responsibility for misjudging the braking point on Gutierrez, and extremely lucky to walk away without any injury. There is a fine line here, but arguably this uncompromising attitude to racing is what distinguishes between the great drivers and those that history shows are exceptional.
I will never forget Monte Carlo. Senna, young guy coming from nowhere, from Brazil, I certainly knew. I was trying to qualify my car there, and he was just going into the pit slow and destroyed my lap. So then I went into the pit and said, why are you doing this? Because let me do my lap, because Monte Carlo is difficult. He said, listen, this is the way I drive. This is the way I drive. This is the way it is. Forget it. Goodbye. Said, arrogant guy, fine. Next day, Saturday, I qualified pole position. Then I stayed out and waited and waited. Then Senna came around, and I stopped in the middle of the road. He nearly hit my back. Then I kept on going home. Then he came to me and said, are you crazy? So do you, so do I. And from then on, we were friends, and it worked out. Maybe this will happen one day to our little friend from Holland, if he doesn't behave. But I think he will behave. He will drive more clever because he needs the points and needs to finish.
That is a fantastic story from one legend to another. Mika Hakkinen joins us. Mika, love to get your opinion on this Max Verstappen situation. How would you approach it? You don't want to stifle talent, you don't want to cut him off at the knees, but is he being dangerous?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's really, really great to talk to you guys. And thanks for the few years. When I was a young racing driver, I was extremely motivated. You know, my confidence level was going up all the time during my success of Formula One. And through that process, I was all the time pushing myself more and more to limits. And when you reach these limits, mistakes happen.
Yeah.
And you learn from those, and then you have to take a couple of steps back and start your development again. So, you know, you have to go flat out. You have to maximize yourself. You have to take risks. You have to challenge yourself. If you want to be number one, if you want to win races, you have to do that.
Sounds
yeah,
good
but
to me.
Mick, if I can just take you back, I remember you, once you'd got over those early stages of your career, having a bit of a set two with Michael Schumacher in Spa, and you weren't at all happy with this. This was going up to turn 5. Talk us through.
Yeah, definitely. That was with the Michael Schumacher. This moment in Spa definitely was.
That was when you got him back the lap after, but you had a quiet word in his ear. What were you saying to him?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I was not very happy about his behavior of driving, blocking me in that speed, because the speed is over 300 kilometers per hour. It's naughty. It's not right.
So Max was naughty in Spa then?
But we are talking about here a situation when the drivers are not anymore young drivers, not anymore starting your career. drivers who had already many races behind.
Mika,